Greetings, travelers, and welcome back to a special episode of Keepers, Daggers of Darkhold. This time on temporary new time slot, just for this week. So, where we last left off, our daring daggers are enjoying the fineness of high society, whilst Malum and Zackary were chatting up with old acquaintances from the Afterlife Casino, meeting up with Madame Nightshade, the Tiefling entrepreneur, and her secretary, Aisha. Maramil and Izumi were chatting up with the infamous Grand Marshal Beatrix Thrain, who Izumi had some interest in, trying to learn a great deal of magic, though her magical skills are more tailored to martial combat. When inquiring on how exactly they cast spells, the charade had a few cracks into it. And whilst Izumi and Maramil were trying to get their story straight, a mysterious mushroom man was spying on their conversation, and through some secrets and skeletons from Maramil's closet, they've seemingly bought this man's silence, but unfortunately lost track of them.
And now Izumi is indebted to Maramil.
Indeed, Izumi is now indebted to Maramil. Which we cut back down to the dance floor with Malum, who is making his way to some tables. Now, towards the back end of the ballroom, the two groups of the city's constabulary have unfortunately been seated next to each other, staring daggers at each other, sipping cocktails, and murmuring insults to one another. Commander Ironheart of the Night Watch and Captain Stormwind of the Custodos are busy, with their own rivalries, while their cohorts are trying not to cause too much of a scene. And Malum, what do you do?
Hey, Journey. Seeing that you have nothing to do at the moment, is it finally time for our dance?
Yeah, he looks like, Malum, right now's not a good time. Yep. Coal muncher. Tightwad.
Could you repeat it?
Yeah, well, it was more of the you'd hear the insults going back and forth. You'd hear coal muncher, tightwad.
Alright. The two of you, Miss Stormwind, Miss Ironheart.
You'd hear them both saying yes.
Could you please behave for a moment, so that I can take this fine gentleman out for a dance?
Oh sure. When the rest of Avern is when Flick at those fleas is over. Well, cold as she is, it's probably halfway done then. Hmm.
You know, let me rephrase my request. Behave or move away.
Mhm.
uh, actually, yeah. As you, yeah, Malum, as you try to get friggin' Journey's attention, uh, another person just bumps you out of the way. Like, oh, oh, Journey, it is lovely to see you here. Could could I could I have your autograph? Another a fire genasi kind of pushes you out of the way, Zackary, and gets up closer to her. To Jerry's like, well, isn't this a surprise? Most eligible bachelor in Zyla. Well, here at this ball.
The problem you're getting caught.
Half
Listen,
elf walks up
Zackary,
and tries
I
to pull him away as well. Um,
I know my work, and if Mr. Journey would be so nice to keep his word, he knows it as well.
hmm. Give me an intimidation check real quick.
Give me a dexterity saving throw as the fucking suitors like fucking
Wait,
mob you.
intimidation?
Yeah, cause you're friggin' trying to get the attention of Journey while these three suitors are like trying to get his attention.
Where is he? Where is the man who'll have journey to wife already?
I
uh,
thought it was would have been more persuasion to Journey itself.
He just goes,
oh, well, how do you assist? How do you assist? Let me hear it first. Yeah, the suitors.
they are suitors.
Okay. Reroll with advantage then.
Could I apply guidance?
You well, you casted a. Well, here's the thing. Remember, the guards be jumpy about magic here.
Let me think. Because where are the gods at the moment? Outside of the 6 in front of me.
Basically, like at the doors, near the windows. Like, theater of the mind, there are security guards posted up
Yeah.
in certain places. It's just didn't want to overcrowd the map.
Yeah.
Nah, I figured something out. Yep, that's amazing.
Figure something out.
I'll say your droning and kind of unsettling demeanor kind of helped, at least with one of them. Like, you see this man kind of like walks away. So now,
You know, yeah, Malum just walks to the side, looks at Journey, looks at how busy he is, just offers his hand. He's like, I still, oh God, what is the English for this? Yes, that's English. You still owe me a dance, you know?
you see him kind of blush a bit. It's like, well, ladies, I did. Well, I did promise Miss to have a dance with Mr. Malum here. Maybe have another dance a bit later. Aww.
I just realized something really shitty. My audio was not being transmitted in the stream. What's it called? Damn, I've been... That's annoying. Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So yeah, we could just we at least know what you. So yeah, for contest audience, Zackary was being creepy to suitors. That's what we're going to put in post.
And then boosted Malum's morale by saying that he was smooth.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, because of this, friggin' Journey has gotta make contested athletics. Actually, he'd use Dex for his.
Journey's going to be torn the fuck apart.
Let's see. Okay, he's got good Dex.
Would I give him advantage by doing kind of like a dance that's throw around? Where I put my body in between Journey and Des?
Yeah. Alright, so he will have advantage. You give him the help action. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. So yeah, you just spin him, and basically the two suitors just fall over each other as they try to grab him at the same time.
Better luck next time, ladies. As Malum walks to the middle of the ball.
Damn. Are people even dancing at this point? Because you typically wait for the music to start.
Normally you would wait, but
yeah.
Malum...
You got Zackary.
Yes, Malum says, Zackary, hit it!
Zackary usually makes an unarmed strike against the students.
He was really close. as soon as like hit it, he'll be like, he rolls up like his sleeve, what's it called? But then he, may realize that Malum didn't actually like mean it like that, and
No, Malum sees you roll up your sleeves. He's like, no, the music. Play your best music to dance.
I mean, like, question: is there like an actual like musical group here?
Yes, there is an
That was
orchestra.
Zackary before.
What the fuck? Like, why are they not? Are they playing music at the moment, or like?
Yes, they are playing music. That is why there's music in the background.
In that case, Zackary will just be like, we'll just rush over.
Kill all of you.
We'll rush over and say, "Are you all blind? There are people in the dance floor that require some accompaniment, some musical accompaniment. Let us make sure that this is one that they will remember."
Wait, the dance wasn't supposed to start for another 15 minutes.
It starts now. I think. He will pull out the. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. No. I don't have a wand of conducting yet, but I do have a wand of pyrotechnics. It should still theoretically serve the same purpose as long as I don't activate the magical effect. So he will use that to direct the the orchestra.
So yeah, you go up to the conductor's the stand. The conductor hasn't gotten here yet because the dance ain't started. So yeah, you put on the dance music.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I already spoken to this with Bard out of character.
Yeah,
Because of all the intense training Malum got as a noble, he just knows how to perform a great dance.
As he would, of course.
What's it called? Zackary's been training for position or hideout. Exactly. You do. If anybody wants to like turn over to look at like Zackary's movements, they do seem to kind of resemble like what he often does in the fucking like box stand in the hideout.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not the one performing at the moment; he's directing. But still.
As you start to dance, you see a light begin to shift magically.
In that case, let's make it even better. Dancing lights, bitches!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zackary, use pyrotechnics.
Because the background of the map is still like a white background. The shit flashbanged me when I was looking at the fucking.
I forgot to change like the background to like dark blue or something, so it wouldn't be as bad. I'm sorry.
What's it called? While when Maramil and like Izumi are, walking back, Maramil will kind of like notice it, kind of like give like a little bit of a grin and just will take Izumi's like wrist, pull her along, and just kind of say, could you tell me like what the honorific for parade was again? Lady Beatrix. Was it just Lady? Alright. Lady Beatrix. It seems that the dancing has started early. We can't very well not show off the might of Vrostan. It would be a shame for them to have all the spotlight. I have your dance partner right here, kind of like tightening the grip on Izumi's wrist. And I shall take her lady Sumere to the hall as well. Shall we?
Izumi just looks at you with just eyes of fear.
Which is funny because you have a friggin' soldier who's going to be your dance partner. And she kind of just, like, you know how, like, friggin' medieval nobles with capes would be bowing? She kind of grabs, like, the edge of her cape. And actually, what she does, you would notice actually something on her cape that was kind of that was a little bit hidden from her pauldron a bit. You see what looks like a upside down, almost, it either looks like talons or a crown, you're not sure? But it looks like a black embroidered emblem. It doesn't look like their family crest.
Did we try to roll like a history or anything for that?
Either a history or, for your case, religion check.
Okay. Weirdly enough, that's the same. I don't actually have any expertise in religion, and because I'm fucking exhausted, that's a 9.
A 9. A 9 and a 10. You don't know, but Maramil, there's something strangely familiar about it, but you can't put your finger on it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit woozy still. But Maramil will kind of, like, as Beatrix like does a bow, like Maramil will, like, pull Izumi forward and like just kind of like give her a little push on the back.
Just a switcheroo between me and Sumire.
Yeah, literally just like a switcheroo between Izumi and Sumire, and Maramil will kind of like nod to Beatrix and just like whisper to them, "This one's a bit of a greenhorn. Go easy on them."
It wouldn't be my first time whipping someone into shape. Certainly wouldn't be the last. Shall we, Lady Halifax?
Yes, let's do dance?
Malum would take the leading call, and while dancing, he would whisper to Journey, "And have you given it any thought of my proposal way back when we met?"
Your proposal?
To let loose. Give in a bit. Don't be such a stickler for the rules.
Well, I have a job to do, and, well, you can't rightly help good people if you don't uphold justice. And, well, you're very a very interesting person, and well, I'll consider.
Listen, I totally agree, but justice and the rules are not always the same. According to the rules, I'm no one. According to justice, I can be my own person. Like, look at you. You're such a beautiful bird. But it saddens me to see that you just wither away in this cage, feeling trapped, always being forced to work or look for the next thing. What I wouldn't give to see you soar through the sky with all the freedom that comes.
You see him start to blush, even more so than earlier. Oh, well, I don't I don't know what to say, Malum. Well, I've never felt restricted because of my duties, but I thank you for being, well, concerned for my well-being. You don't have to.
But of course I'm concerned. Once I was just like you. I was trapped by always feeling like I needed to prove myself. Be the best, because everyone thought I was no one, nothing. And then my belief showed me freedom. Showed me that I could be whatever and whoever I wished to be. And I see it with you as well. At the table, unable to enjoy this moment with me because of your peers and because of random people you don't seem to enjoy that much.
Well, I'll admit, being in public light is a bit much, but it's not the. It's not that I. Well, it comes with well, what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people look up to me, and I have to do my best to make sure the city's safe, people see a brighter tomorrow. And do people see less of you? You're so outspoken.
Thank you, but yes, where I'm from, I'm less than the floor you're standing on.
And as your waltz continues, Malum, a chill is set down your spine. While Journey feels a bit sad, has a bit of a sadder, kind of softer expression, just, you don't hear the words he would, any words of encouragement he would give, but you see a mischievous grin from the crowd. White and silver hair, dark purple skin, and a tattoo of a sword and spider web stare daggers at you.
Maramil, Izumi, and even Sumeri.
Mm-hmm.
You would see Malum's skin just whiten. As white as it can get. And you see an expression in his face you didn't know he could show. He is not just frightful, he is terrified. As if he saw the worst thing you could ever imagine.
And as you dance, you all see this elegantly dressed dark elf woman who's dressed in very fine spider silk gown. Excuse me, Might I have this dance? And you see Zeta grab your wrist a bit. Not full, and kind of gently take off Journey's hands and kind of dance with you, pull you aside, and has a bit of a dance with you, Malum.
Before she's about to like pull aside, like Maramil will actually kind of like stick their cane out, like kind of like like, you know, the hook part kind of like against like Zeta's like the back of the collar and say, "Excuse me, miss, but I do hope that you've brought another person with you. We can't exactly swap partners if there's an odd number."
As you do, it almost seemed like a bit of an after image when you tried to hook them.
Look at this placement.
Yeah.
Well, Zeta would drag Malum along. He would mouth help to Journey.
Sure, not the Maramil.
Oh, hello, baby brother. How are you?
Zeta, what are you doing here? I thought Mom only sent me up.
Oh, well, I was in the neighborhood, and I happened to think, maybe I can enjoy a little bit of time on the surface. And what do I find in this dreary, dismal place? My dear little brother dancing with an iblet. What would Mother think?
Malum says in Drow. I'm doing exactly what she wanted. Getting bonded with the people here to strengthen our family.
Is that so? It looked like you were trying to swoon this dashing prince of yours. What would Mother think of you?
He is one of the most accepted in his city. Big name.
She kind of looks over your shoulder. I mean, for a foul blood, he's alright, I guess.
Oh no.
But if you're sure, what happened to the little mission Mother sent you on to spread the good word of our queen? It doesn't look like that. And
I tried to convert this man just now. Slowly.
You haven't I taught you anything, Malum? Your little tactics looked less of conversion, more of flirtation. If I didn't know any better, I could have swore you you had yourself a little crush.
No. Oh, why'd you say that, sis?
Oh, the way you were looking dreamily into his eyes. Almost like how some of the men back home looked at me and let's say mother, if mother would to have gotten herself ascending, that her dear spittle of a disappointment who she spared from, well, a fate that would have been customary. But the Spider Queen allowed you mercy, and here you are squandering that mercy. What would she think?
Well, I talked to her a few days ago.
Hold it.
You talked to mother?
To our queen.
Does he like yell? Like that sounds like a jazz music stops moment.
Yeah, Malum yells that, well, in Drow, so I don't know how it exactly sounds, but he does yell it.
It's kind of drowned out by the music, so unless you're in immediate vicinity, they don't hear it.
As this is happening, Sumeri is actually going to go up to Madam Nightshade, and Aisha, and kind of say, "Excuse me, but my friend over there is in trouble. May you cover me while I cast a spell?"
And Madam Nightshade kind of has a smirk, and through telepathy, she says, I can provide a bit of a distraction. You have to be quick.
Thank you, madame. As Sumeri is going to attempt to cast Phantasmal Force.
Phantasmal Force.
That should be a spell save DC 14 for some reason. I don't know why this says 13. Oh, it's because of the challenge rating, that's why.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so it should be 14.
DC 14.
Wisdom. No, intelligence, actually.
Int save. Let's see. Int save. As you cast your illusion, as Sumeri casts her illusion, while they were dancing, the worst fears come to manifest. A disapproving look of, I'd say would be a shadowy version of their mother, but she kind of smirks. Oh, Malum. Trying to cast illusions on us, are we?
What do you mean? You have my hands, you see my mouth? How would I have been able to do this?
I'm doing it again, by the way.
You cast it again. As you try to cast it again, you don't see it You don't see it work.
Okay.
As a couple of the as one of the guards kind of walks up.
Go. hides under table.
Hides under the table. Well, Sumire would see metal boots right in front of her. Officers, does there seem to be a problem? Ma'am, could you, if you would please refrain from casting any spells? We are matter of security. Of course. And you see, like, a pink tail kind of push Shamire a bit.
Yeah.
You succeed by 1.
Yeah.
Pass a perception of 17.
Oh.
What's it called? When the like, if the what's it called? Like, whenever like the guard does like back away after that's like sorted. Madame Nightshade will actually see Sumire kind of like poke out from under the tablecloth. Oops. Well, that just moved on to fortune teller for some reason.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just kind of like show like will just you'll see like her little hand like plop down 2 platinum pieces like on the floor at her booth.
You can. No need, dearie. It's alright. Like I said, I can only distract them once.
Okay. What's it called? While Malum and like Zeta are like doing stuff, what's going on with Izumi?
Izumi,
You're all a really good performer for some reason.
You're even though it's a bit awkward for you, it's all the way that Lady Beatrix dances. She kind of grabs you by your lower back, has your hand extended, and she tells you, it's like sword play. Follow my lead foot. Step to the side.
The second she says it's like swordplay, Izumi locks the fuck in. She doesn't say like a word, she just like stares silently and just follows like exactly what she's told to do.
Like, for a noble, you seem to have more callous hands, almost as if you were a mercenary or soldier.
I've been around. I'm more of an adventurous type, you could say.
Well, I've had my pleasure of meeting many adventurers. Though, where exactly did you say you came from, Miss Halifax?
Out of character, good question. Did I say where
You didn't say anything.
No, you
like,
never said that.
What would be a good cover? Because I feel like Izumi would know, like, Torafane generally, right?
what's like a niche location that is outside of Beatrix's like domain, I guess.
I guess Xyla.
I'll say Xyla then.
Cause like this is her first time being here, so she would know. Well, you're from the city. You're from here in the city. Oh, very interesting. And what does your family do exactly?
Right, we out of character once again. What how do I say?
Okay, take your time.
Yeah, it's okay. This is your improvised moment. Like here's the thing. I'm not letting you roll. No deception rolls. No nothing. Give me some shenaniganry.
Our family's responsible for city logistics. It's not a well-known field, but someone's gotta do it. And it brings in a lot of cash.
Interesting. Well, that was something a bit my family used to do back when Xyla was once the seat of the Rustonian Empire. But that was centuries ago. And not to the grandeur it once was. Though the talk of family history, the talk of lineage, and family politics is rather trivial, though it might be something you're accustomed to. I myself never much for politics, though.
You're a woman, Katya.
Though
I literally just fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Stop saying words, I'm sorry. You're like that.
Wait, what'd you say?
Jericho said traps. And I've forgotten what I was gonna say again. Right, Izumi would just reply, I do believe there are more interesting things to talk about than family politics.
Such as?
Well, we could get back on the topic of Magecraft earlier. Magecraft magic.
Well,
I do believe I'm what people would call a wizard.
With like a question mark at the end there.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, none in my inner circle are wizards. There was one traveling wizard instructor who had visited Emmett Spire once before. Gave me a card for contact.
I would indeed be interested in hearing about this wizard.
see. He said his name was Silverhand, and she pulls as she dances, almost like pausing a bit during the dance. She kind of slides you a business. She slides you a business card. Unfortunately, I don't have the art for it because I made art for it. I forgot to upload it.
Yeah.
Izumi tries putting it in her pocket, realizes she hasn't got a pocket, and then just like fumbles around for a moment before just like putting it under her dress.
Careful, Miss Halifax. The summoning book. Some of the more obtuse nobles might take you for someone who's very scandalous.
I would hope not.
So, I at least hope that this mage can offer you better instruction than, well, I'd be able to. Given that you're more of a mage than a knight. Though if you wish to have another dance, come find me.
Understood. The assistance is appreciated.
Friggin' Marvel as you dancing with Journey.
Like Maramil, just kind of like, basically just like, like very much like, like as they swap, as Maramil sends like Sumire off, like very much like grabs Journey quite like, like firmly by the hand and just kind of like twirls him around. While my associate tries to clear things up with the rabble, I might as well introduce myself. I'm a friend of our dear Malum Umbra. My name is Maramil, Balanovofi Stanza Fansaera Talkis Dryareski, the Nines. And you? Well, I know who you are, but formalities.
I'm Journey Sauros. Nice to meet you, Miss
Maramil. It's fine.
Maramil, yes.
I couldn't help but overhear the riveting conversation you were having with dear Malum. You seemed quite taken aback by the fact that someone could possibly think lowly of someone as courteous as our dear Malum Umbra.
Well, he's a very outspoken individual.
Outspoken is very true. He wears his heart on his sleeve, as many people should, or many people ought to be allowed to. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in, my dear Salvos.
Journey is fine.
Of course, Journey. A fitting virtue name. May I ask why you chose it?
Well, it's a bit embarrassing, really.
Oh, well, what's wrong with a little embarrassing? I'm literally walking around in full view of nobility with a cane in hand. What's wrong with a little bit of embarrassing?
Well, when I was younger, I always wanted to, well, be an adventurer, and I used to read stories about heroes of old, and one that stuck out to me, an adventurer from Fort Dave Eternal, the Blade of Frontiers, if you've ever heard of them.
Did the guard cut off or did I fuck up?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say Blade of Frontiers, but did I fuck up or?
No, I think the thing
He was stuttering.
Okay.
Like intentionally.
Yeah, it was on my end then, yeah. But yeah, the Blade of Frontiers, like, Maramil kind of, like, grins and, does, like, a little twirl. Does Journey look like he's used to the twirls, by the way?
Like, you see he's kind of used to it? Like, he's very nimble.
Yeah, okay. And, like, pulls him close and says, "The Blade of Frontiers. I've heard stories of them. Very interesting. But do you know what I love most about those stories?"
I didn't expect someone of nobility to read, well, more, well,
Fairy tales?
Yes.
Well, you see, that is quite true. Nobility tends to keep their heads in the observable, but the later frontier certainly didn't. And I absolutely do not want to be stuck in the what are's. I prefer what if, and I think you do too, Journey.
You see him kind of blush a bit, like, oh.
What if we lived in a world full of these heroes? What if we, the good people of this world, could rise up and bring hope to all? What if this world that we're trapped in truly isn't the full picture? The truth is, Journey, that this world isn't the true picture. I'm sure you're at least somewhat religious. Tell me, what god do you chiefly confide in?
Though I'm not much of a cleric or paladin. I do follow Pelor, the god of the sun.
The god of light, the chief deity of his own pantheon. Quite admirable. Some say their portfolio includes justice and salvation. But there are quite a few different aspects to Pelor that we're not privy to. All of the gods live lives just as we do. They see our world as a stage play. We see it as the box that is contained within. You don't seem like the type of person to have ever truly ventured outside of that box, Journey. You don't have to hide that with me. But would you like to?
What do you mean that he kind of pulls his collar a bit. Malum, he's watching Maramil and Journey having this conversation while you're stuck with your sister.
Maramil will kind of slip a card to Journey here and say, you may meet me again. Perhaps send a sending our way. And perhaps you'll meet dear Malum Umbra as well. However, I think for now it's time to swap partners. I hope you had a good time, my dear boy. Great for the twirl! As Maramil is going to twirl Journey off to the side, as Maramil is going to actually do a pratfall backwards with their cane and catch themselves and fall into Zeta's arms.
Okay, give me a dex save.
Okay. You know better than what I should be able to accomplish.
You're not disadvantaged on saves yet. It's just one level.
That's true, yeah, but
so yeah, 14. 14. Let's see. Zeta. Let's see. She wouldn't be expecting this, so don't even matter. So, as you twirl Journey, as some you know he's very nimble, almost instinctually, like this man's took ballet lessons.
Yeah, he pirouettes, baby.
Yeah, he pirouettes, and you see the crowd kind of clap for him, and the other suitors kind of almost hard eyes, and Malum, you are pushed out of the way.
As kind of yells, Lady Beatrix, my dear friend Malum Umbra. As Maramil will kind of fall into Zeta's arms and twirl around and say, swapping partners. Is that a thing you're used to?
Well, I'm not opposed to the concept, but you're not the usual company I would keep.
Neither are you. Shall we give the ballroom an odd couple for the ages? I hope you know how to keep up with me.
I should be asking you this, Iblet.
And, yeah, so we can swap to someone else.
Zackary, how you doing? As you conducted.
I mean, he's doing the best he can. I imagine because he's a Damphir and also fucking, influenced by forces from beyond our kin. What's it called? Zackary doesn't really get tired of conducting the music.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
What's it called? So if the if the musicians are getting tired, he probably doesn't even clock that.
I imagine one of them reaches for the water bottle and Zackary's I'm back on the strings.
Yeah. As you conducted, actually, this was one of my random encounters I had. If you messed with the orchestra, let's see, where are you? Aha, there you are. Aha, there you are. Excuse me. You see a gnome with blonde hair and a red suit. Sir, down here.
Zackary's a little bit too focused on the fucking thing to notice. So he does kind of like acknowledge the presence. He looks over to the side, and then he does eventually say, "I'm busy at the moment."
I'm the conductor, and why are you conducting my orchestra
Well, somebody has
ahead
to.
of schedule?
Uh,
We were supposed to. Well, the waltz was supposed to start in 2 minutes, and you're ahead of schedule, and you are overworking.
Music starts when it needs to start, not before or after.
My good man, I must protest. You happen to. Well, we have a set schedule for the entertainment of the evening, and I will not allow. Will have to protest to this insult to the art of music as a member of the Church of Ogma. I have a sworn duty to uphold the sanctity of bards everywhere, and thus I was taxed with the important job of making sure my fellow musicians are comfortable, and also that we play at a time.
What's it called? Zackary, like, again, he's still kind of focused on the thing, but he is like that's crazy.
That's great.
What's it called? Zackary will just say, enough of your prattling. What are you getting at? That I should stop?
Yes, you are. Can't you see they're getting exhausted?
Looks back.
You see the violinists. Their fingers are starting to blister a bit. The bard with a hurdy-gurdy, his fingers are starting to buckle. As it's starting to get a little bit out of tune.
Could you have him make a persuasion check?
Alright. Persuasion. Plus.
You think you're an artist? Anyone know who you are?
Okay, this is a +3.
It's 10. From the Academy of Agua, sucker.
10.
I'll say, a 10. A 10 is the bare minimum. Zackary will say, fine. I was under the impression that you were all professionals. I guess I was wrong. You may have your position in this stand, but the wand is mine, and he will like put the wand back in his suit.
As he actually pulls out from his briefcase an actual wand of conducting.
How much for that?
It's not for sale. It was a graduation gift.
Ah, I see. So all I need to do is graduate from some fallacy school. Well.
No, this was not not my diploma, you Philistine. This was given to me by one of my professors at the Unseen University in Dell, and I'll have you know that I have studied under some of the finest elven minstrels on this side of Toril, and let me tell you something. If I catch you at my conducting stand again, and overworking my constituents, I shall call the guard and have you apprehended. Do I make myself clear?
My dear sir, I am one of the finest elven minstrels this side of Thurin. And if it was any other circumstances for calling me a Philistine, I would demand satisfaction. But I shall let this insult go for the time being, because it's clear that you need to feel big by playing some meager music piece. So I bid you farewell, and I shall take my leave at this moment, but not from the event, for I am curious to see as to how your conducting abilities hold up to scrutiny. Good day, sir. As you will walk away.
You hear this other elf bard kind of say, I thought you were pretty good.
She turns around and is just like, thank you. And just turns around again and walks away.
And I was trying to Chicago.
Okay, so
Izumi is going to journey. What has he gonna say?
Izumi, as the friggin' dance, as you swap partners with Journey, well, it seems that it's everyone's switching partners. Yes, ma'am. Well, hello there. I'm Journey Salros. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Miss.
Do you like traps?
Traps? I'm not opposed.
Okay,
what do you mean?
So there's a spell I've coined, the Time Arrow, which freezes any weapon before releasing it with precise velocity upon a creature's nearby appearance. Think of it like a trap. Speaking of traps, do you know that, 9 out of 10 trap doors don't correctly hide the firing mechanism? Most trappers usually keep the loose wiring on the floor, which allows one to spotted by peeking under the door. This simple mistake can be avoided by raising the wire and making sure it doesn't cast a shadow. Don't tell anyone I told you that, though. By the way, would the establishment contain any trapdoors by any chance?
Well, here's the thing. Any other noble would think you were weird as hell. Journey, on the other hand, is someone who actually wanted to be an adventurer, so you kind of piqued his interest a bit. Well, answering your questions, unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to say if there are any trapdoors within this premises. Secondly,
I'll find them.
I actually never knew that about trapdoors. Very interesting.
Izumi's eyes light up as they say that.
Yeah, you found adventurer, autistic adventurer.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, by the way, the name's Izumi. As she continues talking about traps.
Kind of like as you're talking about traps, he's like more you see him like less you see him loose up a little bit, kind of like, hey, this is somebody who I can vibe with, like, and he'll start talking about like how different adventures and stories about different dungeons he's heard of, like the tomb of. Well, if you're interested in traps, I did hear this one account from a group of adventurers. Supposedly there was a an ancient lost tomb within the island of Cholt, a veritable death trap. A tomb of annihilation, they called it.
A tomb of annihilation?
Made by the infamous Lich Acerak, apprentice to Vecna, the god of secrets and necromancy. Apparently it was it was a magnum opus to one of his original dungeons, the Tomb of Horrors.
I've dealt with a lot of traps, including the occasional draconic trap, but not a lich's trap. This is most interesting. Please continue.
Well, from what I've heard, it was mostly designed to be as a quick access for his phylactery to gain souls. Any adventurer who would be foolish enough to wander in would face instant pitfalls, teleportation runes that would send you straight back to the beginning. Some would be random. I've heard one account from a group of adventurers that it even, there were machines that would bulldoze over for individuals, intricate puzzles that, if not answered correctly, it would send flames and jagged spikes at people, even having trick rooms that would have folks' faces simulacrums, just to think it was the real Acerak, only to be met by a lesser puppet of his, and parcels of treasure, and a trick that I heard one account from a cleric who faced the tomb. It was mostly a tremor to think the dungeon would collapse in on itself, but it was merely an earth tremor spell that would shake the room, but it wouldn't deal. But if you stuck around long enough, it would only deal a bit of. There would be a few rocks falling and minimal damage to adventurers who were more astute.
I see. Izumi's tail is basically wagging at this point.
I feel like if your tail is wagging, it makes the Displacer Beast tails at the end of the dress wag as well.
Yes. Izumi is absorbing all of this information.
See, and then you said you wouldn't flirt. I see how it is. I see how it is.
Stop cocking us!
I mean, hey, Izumi isn't romantically interesting in this individual. She only cares about the traps.
You said enough. You lied enough. You know, we know.
While these two, y'all two being yo, what's up? You got to one person who's like, hey, you got this autistic interest? Well, I got this one too. This is just and if you think that's interesting, I've also heard of this one dungeon. An expedition group was looking for adventurers to help scout out up in the mountains. They uncovered what seemed to be a dungeon that was a lich's dungeon that was unearthed from the Day of Eternal. They say it's called the Black Crypt.
Izumi just gives Maramil a glance.
I think at this point Maramil's like busy, but like you still do shoot them a glance.
Yeah, just like I gotta ask him.
Yeah.
There you see Malum behind him. He's like looking at you like, you're serious? You're doing this to me?
Well, they say it. They say it was once an elven monastery that ended up being overrun by cultists of Orcus and turned into the dungeon of a lich. No one's been down there in centuries. I heard it was only ever explored once before, but this was before the Day of Eternal years and years ago.
Would there happen to be any records of this expedition?
Well, from what I've heard from this expeditionary team, there weren't too many records after the Day of from before the Day of Eternal, only that there was an account of a group of adventurers had explored the dungeon prior. They say it was a team of adventurers who called themselves the Doom Raiders. Clandestine adventurers who faced off against the most dangerous dungeons that belong to liches. And Izumi, you found side quest number 2. Journey to the Black Crypt.
Journey to the Black Crypt.
Izumi is gonna like. This is her new objective now. This ain't no side quest for her.
Well, if you want more information on that,
Yes, please.
do. Well, I do know. And he kind of looks over. There was a dignitary from Arzia who was posting wanted ads for the expedition, though she hasn't found a group of adventurers willing to go down there just yet. Clara de Caneth.
Where might I find them?
Journey as he twirls you see them over there at this table.
Understood.
Meanwhile, Maramil, you see this Drow kind of giving a false smile as much as you are.
Kind of. So what? Miss
Seda.
Seda? Of which house? Seda.
What does that concern you?
Well, it's only proper for introductions, isn't it? Unless you're not used to being in a noble ball. I suppose it makes sense that they might let amateurs in nowadays to fill in the seats.
Malum, you see her face that she has made countless times towards your older sisters. I will have you know, I am Zeta, Elan Darlasco Luatar, favored of House Luatar, if you even you've heard of our prestigious lineage.
Oh, well, of course I have. Prestigious, lineage, yes, most definitely. 4 names, quite. I myself am Maramil Balibel Fisanza Talkis Jayareski the Ninth. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, though perhaps you don't know of my prestigious lineage.
Of course I've heard of. I wouldn't have heard of your lineage, though prestigious. I think not.
Oh, you don't think someone with that many connections would be very prestigious? Then I suppose this is amateur hour, isn't it? Well, whatever. Don't you worry. I hope you could at least take a twirl.
Like, Malum, you get like some slight of joy as this is the first anyone else aside from your older sisters has ever made Zeta stumble over her own words.
And when Marma twirls her, does actually transition that into a very low dip as they they'll pull him back up. But I suppose I should give you a chance to impress me. Your footwork isn't half bad at the very least.
Well, I happen to be quite the dancer. I've had to deal with courtiers, and you're not half bad yourself for one as handicapped as yourself. But I won't put that against you.
Oh, don't you worry. This body of mine may be frail and fragile, but it is a vessel for all the world's evil. If I am fated to fall here, may the Spider Queen herself strike me down.
Do you dare say you whole fealty you serve the Spider Queen Daritai?
Oh, does the mention of Megwan, dear, put a frown on your face? I do wonder how much you really know about your queen. I would bet you that I might even know more of her lore than you do. So don't doubt my faith, as one gazed upon by Miracle himself.
You, an iblet who claims to be someone who has the favor of our Queen of Spiders, mentions one of the dread fools.
Oh, fools as they may be, one-on-one, they make quite a good team. Whenever evil works together, creates a brilliant cacophony. Lolth does have her servants. She does have her allies. I believe that worshipping all the world's evil instead of being so limited might easily grant you favor with many a god who might see things your way.
I do not have to take this sacrilegious prattle.
I suppose you don't, but I suppose that is why so many people who seek to be a champion of law fall short of her gaze. I would be very impressed if you even took one of her 8 eyes. If you're being so stringent about the way you worship. Isn't she a god of chaos?
I happen to be one of her most faithful and one of her most prominent clerics of our house. And if you know anything of our, you dare laugh at me.
I'm so sorry, but you, being a prominent cleric, yes, I believe you. But what is a prominent cleric? Do gods visit them in the air hours of the night? No, it is merely worship with the oh so dearest heart of hearts wish that the god might come visit you. Except clerics, devout worshippers, that means nothing if you're not serving their every whim. Do you serve the scriptures of Lolth? Do you serve the teachings of Lolth? Or do you serve her yourself? Do you take orders from her ma directly? Or do you simply do what Daddy and Mommy dearest tell you to do?
Malum, you've seen this look before. Zeta is pissed.
I did ask if you could keep up with me. I'm so sorry for waltzing at a faster pace than the BPM.
I am a mouthpiece of Lolth, and I am one of the most prestigious acolytes of Our Lady of Our Lady of Spiders.
Oh, so you're a puppet. Gotcha.
I am not a puppet. I am.
Oh. So you claim to not want to be strung along by Her Majesty's webs. You wish to break free and be unfaithful? You're not a puppet?
Val, you know specifically, friggin'. Even though she is a cleric, she is not the most prominent cleric. That would be in order of who all's from order of magnitude, that is your mom, your Chadra, and then Zeta. She only says that because she was like so she gets away with it, and she started showing magical potential early on. And then Chadra.
Malum, Maramil would see that Malum enjoys it, but is also scared of the explosion that might come. Yeah.
What's it called? We'll kind of grin and say, well, as a brilliant priestess of law, can you tell me exactly how long you're supposed to age the wine? How many cobwebs do you keep to stop overrunning? How would you take out one of your political adversaries? Tell me, what is the worst way to enter her layer of the abyss? Could you tell me what number her layer is?
You see her you see that she kind of like the tsundere, like, I definitely know this. Malum, the only person you know who's actually been to the demon web pits and survived was Chadra and your mom. Zeta's never had the trial of web. Has never been to the trial of iron webs yet. She knows like a little bit of clerical magic. However, she just talks a big game. So you would go. Well, as if I would tell a heathen Iblet, the most direct.
66 years, 10 in each corner, Loth prefers sniping, and the 66.
I knew that. I've known that. It was just surprising you would know that.
Then tell me, Layer 67, the Court of the Spider Queen. That is not the Demon Web Pits, but it does serve under Loth, correct?
It's She's gonna make a deception check real quick. As funny enough,
I think you know what I'm doing here, Bard. I think you know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, she's gonna make a deception check. Of course, it's what priestess of Loth wouldn't know.
Yes, you're quite right. What priestess wouldn't know that the Court of the Spider Queen is actually Layer 65? Unless you worship the Varangoin.
Yeah, out of character. Zeta's stat block, unlike most priestesses of Loth, she is a junior Drow priestess of Loth.
Oh, I see.
She is an acolyte version.
Ooh, looks like we're swapping partners now. Very well, my dear Zeta. I will say I did love playing with you a little bit. Shall we meet again? I hope you'll brush up on your Spider Queen lore by the next time we meet.
Freaking Maramil, you would get this in your out of character. You would get this. Zeta will remember this.
As Maramil is going to intentionally swap partners in order to grab Malum, basically.
So yeah, Malum, as you were as you were dancing, you feel a sigh of relief as you have not seen anyone aside from anyone outside of your family thoroughly embarrass your sister.
Mm-hmm.
But there is that slight feeling of, you know she's petty. And she knows she likes practicing torture on you, so she might find something. So, you've been an excellent dance partner, Mr. Umbra?
Just Malum. And you as well. This train.
As you get back to friggin' Maramil.
Maramil kind of like sweeps you and kind of says like, "Are you quite all right, Malum? I'm sorry if I went too far."
It just I don't know.
I can tell this isn't a safe person for you. We can get away if you wish.
To where? We still have things to do here, and
Yes, well, we can do so as a group. I think we can swap partners, in a sense. I'll take dear Zackary, and you'll take Miss Izumi. We'll shuffle it around, and you won't have to deal with Zeta. Plus, Izumi's a very good bodyguard, and, well, anyone who doesn't know the correct wine age for creating wine in the Underdark, I don't really think she poses too much of a threat.
how did you know so much about our queen?
Oh, well, I worship her as well. I worship all the world's evil, Umbra. That does not bar me from practicing the wills of Drow gods, despite the fact I am a high elf.
You know, I always saw chaos outside of evil. For chaos can do good as well.
Oh, for sure. Chaos is beautiful because it encompasses quite literally every possibility. Whereas law tries to collate those possibilities into one. But
Yeah.
I care not for law or chaos. In truth, I care not for good or evil. I simply believe that there is an axis that needs to be maintained. And far too little people are interested in maintaining one side than the other. So I decided to compensate all the world's evil under one house.
You impress me sometimes.
I very much appreciate that from someone who has impressed me time and time again. Again, Malum, we don't have to be here, or we don't have to go near Zeta for too long. If you ever find yourself in trouble, find a way to call me. I'll be able to deal with her.
Just scared of the backlash that it might give.
Backlash? What, like torture?
And more, but yes.
Well, I'll have you know the torture is part of my day job. And I do mean receiving it. So, don't you worry. My body is a vessel for many things, including the god of pain. Well, looks like she's left. Did Miss Izumi scare her off?
Izumi didn't even say a word. She just looks at her, just like, just starts like looking around in circles, just looking for a partner to dance with. Awkwardly.
I'm gonna take back the one I was dancing with originally. As
Go
Malum spins you off to Izumi.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Izumi got herself a new partner as friggin'
He's the fucking crystal punk ass guy.
Yeah, Izumi. While you were circling around looking for a new partner, you see this man about. Actually, he's a little bit. He's fairly taller. He's about. You didn't see how tall he was. Couldn't tell how tall he was before because you were farther in towards the carriage. This man is almost 7 feet tall.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
It's alternate universe item.
No, not freaking alt universe irons.
He's wearing red.
No, shush. You care for a dance, miss?
Yes, it was getting awkward without a partner. Thank you very much.
I have one question about this. Izumi still doesn't know how to correctly dance.
She kind of knows.
Her strategy is to follow the partner who knows how to actually dance. So she's just gonna copy them.
So yes, you see.
Like, my question indeed was if this dude knows how to lead rather than Izumi knows how to follow.
This guy, he seems to be like how friggin' tango dances are. Like, you are very close to him. He brings you very close to him.
Does he hold a rose in his like teeth?
Not a rose, but a cigar.
A fucking cigar indoors? Jesus.
Yes. Dude. Yes, he is. He is. Well, he's a dope. Like friggin'. And Lady Nightshade said he was like a bit of an oafish dude, but he does know what he's doing essentially. And
Izumi just kind of like points at the cigar. Can I have one?
Well, it seems you're not the. At least you're not the. You're one of the few people at this party who knows how to have a good time. And he goes in his jacket pocket and he gives you a little cigar. And actually, as he kind of goes to grab his cigar, what is your passive perception?
It's 13.
I keep expecting you to have a better passive. I don't know why.
I should have a good passive, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, 13. Given how tall he is, 13's good enough. Like the way how loose his shirt is, and the way he kind of turned. You see what looks like a tattoo of some sort on his neck, that seems to be like several red almost like red teardrops in a circle. You're not sure what it is.
Oh my god, okay, cool. Actually, what's it called? What actually, question. I mean, okay, actually, to be fair, I don't know if this is the fucking ball icon, but would Izumi have if it is the ball icon, would Izumi be able to make that out because, Marvel walks around with it out all the time?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Give me an insight check with advantage.
Insight check with advantage. Okay. Damn.
10's good enough. From the way it's designed, even though it's a bit stylized, it almost looks like Maramil's tattoos. Specifically, the tattoo of a tattoo that had similar droplets around a skull.
As Izumi's getting past the cigar, she does ask is that a ball tattoo?
Very astute, my little miss. It though wouldn't something a bit between us.
Of course.
Not too many people are fans of Lord of Murder.
Why?
Bit taboo.
Okay.
I love you, Izumi.
What is Bow like? I imagine they're just slowly starting to dance, but Izumi's just curious, so she's just asking question after question.
You got too comfortable with Journey, so you just talking like a normal person.
Yeah.
Well, Ball is a bit more freeform than his other constituents.
So a bit of everything?
A bit hedonistic, a bit eccentric, but all the while, someone who knows how to let loose. And
sounds like someone I know.
Something. But enough about Ball. What about you? I never got your name.
What's her name again? Right. Halifax.
And is there Mr. Halifax accompanying you, or is...
No, just me.
Here? Huh. Well, suppose if we're getting to know each other, Fazago Armand, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Izumi just nods. If they don't say anything else, then Izumi's just going to continue dancing and staring at them. since she has no more questions to ask.
Yeah, she's done.
God, I love your character so much. All of you are so amazing.
Sorry, no, I had to unpack it.
That's damn.
Yeah.
Damn, that's how it goes. Talking about his package on the fucking asshole.
Anyway, so essentially, like, you know, Miss Halifax, you look somewhat familiar. We crossed paths before?
I don't believe so.
You might have one of those faces. Where are you from?
Zyla.
Ooh, a local. Tell me.
You know, I just realized how fucking suspicious it is that Izumi says Zyla instead of like I'm from here or like I live in the city. Like she just like Zyla.
Yeah. So, how you feel about your new patrician you elected?
Yeah, how do you feel about the current city politics?
That's pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, we're throwing this nice little shindig for anybody. And,
free alcohol, I've heard.
Oh yeah. That's a nice little selection. Though it's not much at Katla, but it's got its charm. But it has its own little charms. Though, what exactly? Though, you look like a noble. Somewhat talk and have some of the hands of someone who knows how to get their hands dirty.
Izumi just like thinks for a moment, what do I say? I mean, she just points out like, the music has gotten worse, hasn't it?
Of course it has. Zackary is not here. Should lead them.
Well,
kind of like walks past, like he's going to like approach like the orchestra's like, you're not Zackary. Never mind.
It's been well, enough about the music, but I want to know a bit more about you. Halifax, you said?
Yes.
I've said my name like 5 times already. You know it.
And now that name sounds familiar, though.
Or it's pulling a me.
What exactly you do? What exactly you do?
Minor city logistics.
Minor city logistics. Interesting. A bit of a step up from bussing tables at dive bars, now is it?
I'm not sure I catch on.
Only Halifax family I know. is drunk, a drunkard at the mended drum who busts tables. Now, who are you really?
As I said, I'm Lady Halifax.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. No. I don't buy it unless you want me to. You don't have to play up being a noble just because there's other nobles around.
My answer won't change.
Well, you know you do have one of those faces that's familiar. Almost like one mutual friend of mine was talking about. No, not sure. Not sure what mob princess is doing in a place like this.
Oh shit, wait, does he know?
Upon him saying that, Izumi just... Actually... Does she play along or does she just leave?
He just walks off.
I think she will just, like, start walking away.
As you do, I need you to make me, hold up real quick. What can he do? Zago Armand, for Zago Armand, let's see. Well, no. Come here. No need to fret, just stay. And I need you to make me a wisdom save.
That's fucking command.
Okay.
You fail. As you feel like you were about to leave, but...
Question. I wanna... On one hand, I should be able to use my chrono shift. On the other hand, I haven't got my staff, so I would argue I wouldn't be able to use that skill.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't, like, you'd probably eventually be able to, but you just kind of... I mean, I guess you could, like, see, like, try to, like, instinctively do it, and, like, you know, like, it might work, like, one time.
Could do the same as Divine Intervention. To see if it worked without the staff.
You know what?
I rolled a 1d2. On a 1, I'll say it works.
Alright.
Okay, I'm
Chrono
gonna...
shift.
Chrono shift. As an instinctual reaction to being fucked with. Bam.
Unfortunately, you still fail.
That's my magic isn't as good without the staff.
Yeah.
No. Little birdie told me. Little birdie told me you were nosing around places you shouldn't be.
Actually, question. Is command detectable? Like...
With him? No.
With him? Fuck, okay.
Damn.
That's fair enough, Jesus.
I want to say, normally it's only verbal.
Yeah, because, okay, so, because I will say, like, Sumire is, like, actively, like, keeping an eye out to, like, help, if people need like assistance. I guess like Izumi could like at least Maramil would like tell Izumi like, hey, this is like that's like give a signal to Sumire if you need her to step in or anything, because she'll be on the sidelines.
If you've done that, then Izumi would alert Sumire that something is off.
But well. You're a very interesting person, and seems I've tracked you down. But I want to say this: welcome to the big league. You are a bit of a spitfire, aren't you?
Izumi just continues staring daggers at him.
What's it called? Like, yeah, so Sumire will cast a message to Beatrix, like, we need to get Miss Izumi away from that man.
As you try to cast message, doesn't work.
Sumire just got, Sumire, because
it's all not like you've been counterspelled. It's more like kind of blocked.
Yeah. Okay, I see. So Sumire just kind of like blinks, shakes her head. She doesn't like that. She's used to using message constantly because people can't hear her. Sumire is going to like run up to Beatrix and kind of like on her tiptoes kind of whisper, "Need to get Miss Izumi away from that man. She gave me a signal. Then she's in trouble."
That man over there?
Yes.
Well, so I'll have things sorted. Don't you worry. Kind of taps Sumire pats Sumire on the head.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Might I have this dance? And Razaga Gormon, as he was about to say something else, looks over to Beatrix Strange, like, why, of course.
They're called. Sumire does like a clumsy but good enough, like twirl away, as she rescues Izumi from the clutches of this guy.
Yeah.
What is Sumire's passive perception?
It's not too good. It's 13.
Would Malum see anything with 16, seeing that he just keeps an eye on them?
Oh boy, and how close you are?
Malum would keep an eye on Izumi, seeing that Maramil and Malum swapped.
Okay, so you kind of hear like sort of hushed tones. I don't. So you're trying to. I thought we were supposed to have a mission, not harass other guests. Says Lady Beatrix. Oh, don't worry about it, Bee. After all, that cat is someone that, well, she pisses me off. She got in the way of a business deal of mine, and thankfully it's still going. Though, one of my boys did, though she stole from No, she stole from one of my clients. It don't sit right. And my client, and she happens to be here. You let your, well, that's twice that your that's once your subordinates bumbled in one of your schemes, and you for showing your cards too early. You'll have your petty revenge in time. Think of the bigger picture. Yeah, right.
So, because me as a player will forget to recap this to the rest of the party, Malum will recap this after everything happened.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yes, cut back to friggin' Zackary, who you kind of distance yourself a little bit from the orchestra. The Maramil seemed to found you.
Yeah, my, the music's gotten a lot more dull, hasn't it?
Or rather, gone back to how dull it was in the beginning.
Quite true.
I tried my best. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, I suppose nothing can be done about it.
You know, Father Maramil, we were told that it is important for us to mingle amongst the nobility and gather allies for, for the guild. But I must say, a lot of the people around here, not great.
Oh, is that what you're getting from this night of festivities and nobility? Because you're almost definitely correct. A lot of people here are quite droll. I'm sure you've met at least some people who might have not been all bad.
I have only talked to like 3. I had a bit of a view on the crowd from where I was standing, and even more so now that my hands are idling away. There are certainly some individuals that seem like they could be intriguing to talk to, but otherwise, I'm having quite a hard time focusing on the task at hand. There. Go ahead.
No, Marvel was gonna say, like, I suppose we should maybe try to find someone who might be able to keep up with your intricacies. Maybe that'll put a little bit of fuel back in your fire.
Father Maramil, there are very few who can quite grasp the things that I've seen and heard. For my mind has been open to aspect of the world beyond that of the average citizen. The nobility here certainly cannot possibly grasp the machinations of the beings that exist beyond the veil and how their influence upon the very fabric of our fine arts is representative of our value as a species. In other words, these people are boring.
Yes, they are rather basic, aren't they? Well, let's try our cards with kind of like scanning the room. How about that one? The sharp-faced man with the glasses, sitting all alone. I would imagine. Oh, you go on.
He was just saying like a comment of like lost in thoughts as well.
Yes, this person seems to be extremely bored with the proceedings as well. Perhaps a kindred spirit. The ones off in the corner are often the ones with the interesting minds. Let's introduce ourselves.
Sure, let us do that. Just for the sake of safety, as it were, maybe perhaps you should introduce yourself first, then I will, because apparently I am prone to performing many social faux passes, according to Mr. Malum.
Well, I suppose that is the unfortunate pitfall of these sort of events. Very well.
You will do.
As we kind of
move it over to this man's.
we approach.
Alright, so you, up this table, sitting alone, is a human man dressed in a navy blue suit with dark raven hair with blue highlights, who seems to be a bit bored at the moment. Yes.
Hello, good sir. It seems you've been quite bored with the proceedings so far. So have we. My name is Maramil, Balayable, Fisanzatan Sayar Talkis, Drayarski the Ninth. And this is Zackary.
Zackary turns around, almost like he's looking around for something. What's it called? And he says, "I'm surprised you didn't summon anything with that incantation, Father Maramil." He looks back, and he doesn't understand the names that long. He looks back and says, yes, I am Zackary. Just Zackary will do. I am here as an accompaniment to Father Maramil here, and I was at some point part of the musical entertainment of the evening, but I was replaced by a man of considerably less talent.
Oh, that was you conducting?
Yes. You may hold your praise for afterwards, however. At the moment, introductions are in order.
Yes. Well, my name is Saris Alabaster of the Alabaster Company. No, I am not. No, the Alabaster you might be thinking of is my brother. My boorish brother.
I wasn't thinking of any Alabaster.
It does seem that we have a little succession scuffle. Please, go ahead and regale us with, well, your problems.
Yes.
Marvel said, like, pulling up a chair and like leaning back.
Yes, engaging in the niceties and the act of conversation with the fellow attendants of this of this evening. We have so far heard very rather droll stories from the other guests that mostly center about their holdings of money and power over different parts of the populace. How foolish they think that they are actually above the audience. He looks at nothing in particular.
He looks at the camera. He looks like directly upwards.
Like, you look directly upwards, like, the only thing that would be directly upwards is, like, the singer that was up there earlier, who's currently on break, right next to the piano player. We certainly have time, and it's not like anyone's doing any favors. Well, if you're not aware, Uh, my family is a merchant family. We from the Rising Moon formation. Now, I myself came here to Xyla to secure a trade deal with the patrician, as Xyla is one of the only other places in Toril that that actually has a abundance of cocoa, the main ingredient of chocolate. It's a bit of a commodity rare commodity in the Rising Moon formation, and the only other place to get it is, Cholt. And given how deadly the environment is, this was a more safer option.
Ah, yes. The confectionery, or sometimes known as chocolate, is indeed something quite fascinating. I've heard that some of the the materials used in the creation of such confectionery can just really be found in everyday products. At least that's what I was told.
Yes, but unfortunately, Xyla has a bit of a monopoly on it, knowing that its exclusivity is and more feasible access to it. Though I managed to secure a deal, I unfortunately don't have many means of security to transport it back to the Rising Moon formation.
Well, you are in luck. As it turns out, one of the main consumers of chocolate around these parts of Xyla has recently passed away. So there's that being of course Angelica Maxio. You have arrived in quite the opportune time to expand your business venture, Mr. Alabaster.
Huh. Well, that's somewhat a bit macabre, but also a bit of a lucrative opportunity. I don't suppose you're adventurers.
Zackary starts to sweat. Looks at Maramil.
Adventurers. That... I suppose that could be a way of putting it, but no, we are not common workers, as it were. Of course, how else would we have gotten an invitation here? But we do a bit of dirty work on the side. If you're interested in hiring our services.
Well, I do need security. Well, in 3 days I'll have a airship ready to transport the goods I need to the Rising Moon formation, and I am looking to hire a bit of security.
Well, in that case, Maramil probably at this point has what's it called? Like access to like a keeper's guild like business card.
Yeah.
So like we'll like slip a one and say, make a. If you would, we'd be happy to take this on. Any free time you get, contact the Keeper's Guild. Tell them the daggers are in the case.
The benevolent mercenaries. Interesting.
I know we may not look like it, but we are professionals at what we do. Much like the name of our squadron company group, whatever you want to call us, the Daggers. We may be small in size, but handled with finesse, a dagger can be quite the exceptional weapon.
And it can be thrown.
What do you say?
Yeah.
And it can be thrown.
Yeah.
Some of us easier than others.
Quite an efficient moniker.
Very much so. We didn't come up with it ourselves.
But we are taking all the credit.
Wait, what do you say?
But we are taking all the credit.
Taking all the credit.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, let's say for 200 gold on completion of the job, if you help protect my goods and myself, and we'll see that these confectionaries make it to the port of World's End.
Well, Mr. Alabaster, ask yourself this. How much is your life worth? I know that sounded like a threat, but consider this. You are in a city where even the most rich and powerful would poison, kill, backstab, and steal for the most pettiest of reason. Would you believe me if I told you that one time I saw in a court someone poison somebody else because they say their shoes were the wrong size, and they couldn't take that as a slight? It's true story. You will not find it in any papers because it was obviously covered up as the authorities were bribed.
That is a bit of a predicament. I'd not considered that.
Maramil will kind of like put their hand like down, kind of like in front of like Zackary on the table. Just like, what my associate means is that it's quite a perilous journey, isn't it? And we are quite good at what we do. We will be able to get you very good results, but I hear that the waters around the Rising Moon Formation are teeming with Sapwag and pirates. Why don't we make it 800? We can shake on it.
Well, as I said, this would be by airship, so we wouldn't have to deal with any pirates along the sea.
I take if you've accounted for flying dragons too.
As well as rocks. I've heard those are around the place.
And cloud
nowadays.
giant castles. What if you miscalculate the route and you end up crashing into one of them?
We are very good negotiators, and we will be able to deal with any cloud giant and cloud giant adjacent problems.
650.
I think we have a deal there.
Zackary just speaks into Maramil's mind. Do we? I have no concept of money.
That's very much fine.
You've unlocked.
Just kind of like speaking, like shooting a message back into Zackary's mind. To be honest, I'm not actually in it for the money. I just think haggling is kind of fun. And Maramil will stick out a hand.
He shakes your hand.
Oh, and if you are to tell this story to your contacts in the Rising Moon Formation, be sure to clarify exactly the people who were able to assist you. After all, well, we do have to do what the people around here refer to as networking.
That is true. Plus, the Keeper's Benevolent Mercenaries Guild is not the Mercenaries Guild. I think that needs to be very much made clear. It sounds to me that you are quite aware, however, of making sure that the right person gets the right credit, though.
Of course, though I've seen my fair share of the Mercenaries Guild, and trust me, if I was desperate, I would be going to them.
By the same token, we shall spread the word that it was Ceres Alabaster and not the other one. That that was the one who was kind enough to consider our negotiations and offers. Also, there appears to be some bloodhounds out there in the in the exterior hunting someone down.
Like for friggin' for funny's sake, you kind of see almost like his glasses have like the gold piece image like in cartoons, like out of character. Like, yes. I could show up my... Yes, I will definitely have you all be famous, and myself even more. Well, you have yourselves a deal. Keep Daggers. Come find. Sure. Here's my contact information, and I shall meet you on the outskirts near the airfield.
Perfect. We'll keep this very much under lock and key. It was a very good time meeting you, Mr. Alabaster.
It was, yeah, it was. Well, I suppose now this is the part where we say enjoy the rest of your evening. Hopefully, with how this night has been going. One thing, however, Mr. Alabaster, you mentioned earlier that you wanted to make contact with another fellow that is attending this here celebration. Would you remind us of who that person was?
That was the patrician. Look, Hemlock Veterinary II, the man over there.
Looks over.
You see the man who was. You see the man who was introducing everyone earlier, who appears to be sitting with what you'd assume to be his family and his secretary and his bodyguard.
God damn, I almost read that last name as Vietnam.
Vietnam. God damn it.
What was it called? Zackary will just look over and say, well, would you still wish to meet this individual?
Well, it wouldn't hurt. But he is a bit intimidating.
Zackary doesn't give a shit. Zackary is going to be like, perfect! And he will stand up and say, begin to approach,
Yes.
begin to approach the patrician. Go ahead.
While Zackary goes off, Maramil will just kind of lean over to Saris and say, "He's quite the bold one, dear Zackary, but he does get results."
All right. Sitting at a table is the patrician alongside a sun elf woman with platinum white hair and a younger half elf who's enjoying a bit of dinner, and across the table a human woman with red hair and a blue cloak, keeping an eye on the festivities as the patrician is scanning the area.
Salutations, Sir Patrician, and your family and assistant. My name is Zackary, and I am here this fine evening to act as a mediator between yourself and a man known as Ceres Alabaster of the Alabaster Shipping Company. A man with so good taste in hair that his one flag goes around like almost a feet off his hair, of his head. Which is, in my opinion, an accomplishment. Regardless, however, a pleasure to meet you.
Bro's the greatest hype man of all time.
For real.
So you come up and say that, and you actually, let's see. Hold up, let me look at the patrician stat block real quick. As you've gone up to him, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Fuck. Okay. There we go. 15. Also.
15. Like going up to this man, it almost feels like this man exudes an air of, well, stoicism that is almost shakes you to your core. You for the moment are Lefratined.
What's it called? Zackary will. Yes,
you are scary.
My, you seem to be quite the imposing individual. I am shaken to my very core, and that's no easy feat. How do you do that?
Well, it is somewhat. Let's say it's a bit of a natural. It's a bit of a natural thing. I don't know. Not too many people. I don't know how many people see me as intimidating. I don't try to be.
Oh, well, you certainly are. I can tell just by looking at you, man of your figure. I am often told that I am unnerving, but I suppose I pale in comparison to yourself. At any rate, the proposal that I bring to you today, Sir Patrician, is what I mentioned before. To mediate a meeting between yourself and Mr. Alabaster. I may not look like it, but I am a functionary of sorts. Who is now entered into contract and service with Mr. Alabaster, which is the reason why I'm here this evening. By the way, apologies for interrupting your family time.
Well, it's quite a. After all, well, unfortunately, it's business as usual. So, and kind of switching from his sort of glower and somewhat perturbed look, he looks over at his daughter, kind of with the kindest smile you would see. Well, Sophia, unfortunately, Daddy has to unfortunately conduct more business. I'll be back. Okay. and then returns to his glowering demeanor. Very well, where is it? Anything else?
No, no. It's really just a meeting with Mr. Alabaster, who has a business proposal with you involving a, well, as the Alabaster shipping company tends to do, shipping business.
Shipping business.
Alright. Miss Shade, would you accompany me, please? Certainly. Yes, my lord. As he comes over, Maramil and Saris have to make a wisdom save as well.
Yep. Let's see. DC 20 wisdom save. I don't have disadvantage on this one. That's still a 13.
Yeah, this man, he is very imposing. Saying, you feel shaken to your very core.
Yeah. Like, Maramil just kind of like grins. You know, they still have that smile on their face, but like, oh, this man's furrowed brow could bring down some of the lords of heaviness.
Actually, friggin' Saris by 1. He musters up the courage.
Yes! Good job, Sarah! Fuck yeah, Sarah!
Friggin' A.
Fuck yeah, my boy.
So, which one of you is Saris Alabaster?
Remember the hair. Remember the hair, Mr. Patrician. So...
As you say that, looks over at the man with the very flowing strand of hair, part of hair, as he kind of adjusts himself and fixes his glasses, kind of like the anime businessman. Like, yes, I'm locked in. And for sake of brevity, you see this man kind of basically give a confident speech of, hey, I'm here to make a business deal, and I'd like for you to back it up. And let's see, I'm gonna actually roll, because he has succeeded. I'm gonna give him advantage for this shenaniganry.
Yeah, I'm going. Like, let me see. What can I do here? Well, I mean, that's a fucking 17 already. I'll say like I would have like cast guidance, like not here, but like, you know, as the patrician would have like you know, approached.
Okay, so you cast guidance. You hype him up a bit. 19. Okay. That does seem like a very amicable deal. Very well. 15%. 15% of shipping sales towards you and your company should suffice. Yes, sir. Is that all? No, sir. Thank you for your patronage. Quite.
Yeah! Fuck yeah, this is awesome.
Friggin' Maramil and Zackary would see in the top.
He fucking did it.
Friggin' Saris approves.
Yeah.
Zackary does like lean over to Maramil, whispers, I think our job here is done, Father Maramil. We let us move away before we catch something. Before things get a bit too official. I am allergic to bureaucracy.
Yes, quite. But how did you enjoy that interaction?
Well, surprisingly simpler than I thought. Apparently, all we need to do to appease the nobles is the promise of even more power and wealth. I didn't. If I knew it was that easy, we probably would have done it sooner.
Well, with some rules, that really is just how things tend to be.
I thought you were going to say good business.
Well, what is good or bad business is not entirely my forte. But it might be. At the very least, I think that maybe we've learned a valuable lesson today.
Which is?
It's very easy to please nobles.
I think the lesson is more among the lines of always add unnecessary titles and flair when introducing a novel.
That is true. That is why I read out my entire name to these people.
So does that mean that's not your real name, Father Maramil?
Oh, no, it quite is, yes. I've just been, not really been needing to hide it. Nobody really knows my family name.
Does that mean you are the heir to a manor of nobility?
Let's just say was.
I see. The classic tale of the runaway noble. Scorned by their family, or perhaps lost in an accident. Now risen up by the powers of the evil deities that preside over the realms.
Well, not quite. That's more of the, the classic play of the noble whose uncle kills their father, and they swear revenge. It's like that, except, think less uncle, more entire nation of people.
As you say that, you would have seen these two elves kind of, unfortunately, because your passive perceptions were not that high.
Yeah.
You didn't see them walk up. Just did I hear that right?
Zackary obviously has a very Zackary reaction to this when Maramil says like, revenge and all that. Zackary is just going to say, an outstanding setup for a play, Father Maramil. Yeah, this would certainly get the audiences going. very loudly. Maybe people think he's talking about an actual play.
And what might this play be, if I may?
Zackary's head tilts like a good 45 degrees towards him, while making a sound like rusted metal grinding against itself. And says, apologies, this was a private conversation.
Well, unfortunately, it's hard to tell when one yells from the rooftops of, someone making a play about war criminals.
I apologize for my tone of voice. I am told I'm quite acoustic.
War criminals, you say? What are you talking about?
Well, if you must know, That's right, Risky. family has sold out the nation of Delond on to the Rostonian Empire. To the Rostonian Empire there before over 800 years ago.
You mean that they helped form the Rostonian Empire 800 years ago at the so-called chagrin of this nation of Del, who could not hold on to the loyalty of their people for so long that a new empire was able to form under their noses.
This plot is getting too complicated.
If I wouldn't know any better, I'd say you're a sympathizer.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say that you don't know your history.
And if I didn't know any better, he stops.
Alright. Actually, he's gotta make a history check. With advantage. Cause now, let's see. With advantage. +5. Well, +5. Okay, question. Was Maramil's hair naturally green, or did they dye it?
Their hair is naturally green, yes. They don't. The teal highlighting is dyed, but their hair is naturally green.
Right. Remove your spectacles.
I don't think I will.
It's a trick to do it.
What kind of person at a noble party asks for someone to remove their accessory? An accessory is removed in the face of respect. And sir, I do not respect you.
I don't either, just so that's clear.
Only. This is merely a formality. This is merely a formality. Now, only to confirm suspicions.
Confirm suspicions of what? You wish to execute someone on the spot for having a different color eye color? I would imagine someone associated with Del who loves peace and freedom would allow someone to keep their fucking glasses on.
Maramil will hear in their head, "Say the word, Maramil, and I shall make a big scene to get them out of here."
Let's see. Well, wouldn't suppose you were the ghost of the Dryaski, would you?
Oh, my dear. I would imagine that it would cause a great amount of fuss to find out that the Dryaski family were not entirely... Yeah, that's something that's covered that. Yeah. I would imagine the idea of the Dryare family not being completely extinguished would cause the reputation of the heroes of Del to be a bit more fuzzy, wouldn't it? Unfortunately for you, I'm not at liberty to tell you anything, because I don't have to. This is a party, you are not police.
Well, because of your close proximity, and hearing these people, do you see the patrician perturbed, getting up from his seat,
Oh no.
Is there a problem, sir?
Yes. Oh yeah, go on, Zackary. Go on, Zack.
He was like I was going to say, Sir Patrician, yes, I believe there is an issue arising. This side character thinks that they are hogging the spotlight all for themselves, kind of gesturing at, the person who keeps talking shit. What's it called?
Let's see. Let me roll wisdom save real quick. Nope. He has a +0 to his wisdom save.
We, Father Maramil and myself have been trying to inform them kindly to please, as the masses would say, get out of our face.
Lord Numenera. As you know, this is the Founders' Day. This is the Founders' Day festivities, where the Vroston Confederation unified as a show of good faith towards our countries. Now, I know. Now, a foreign dignitary within my domain harassing guests in my palace would be seen as a declaration of war. You see, it was a bit of it was no harm towards it. Was merely
Lord Newberry, you might want to invest in a pair of spectacles yourself. Your avid fear is showing through your eyes.
I will give you a free piece of advice that I once heard from one of the dignitaries that I met once. In future situations, when you're trying to cause problems to somebody, wear a red shirt and brown pants.
I mean no disrespect, Lord Veterinary, and you will continue not to show any disrespect towards my guest, as this is neutral ground, and thus I would advise further harassment to be nipped in the bud. Are we made clear? Yes, sir. Thank you. You may leave. And they shuffle off.
Maramil will kind of like turn to Zackary. You see like their smiles start to kind of like quiver. They're still keeping it up. And just says, I need to go outside and wash my face.
Very well. Before Maramil leaves, like Zackary just kind of looks back and says, did I read that situation correctly? That person was bothering you, right, Father Maramil?
Yes, quite. Quite, they were. They were... Well, a place built off of coincidences, and I suppose my speaking of the devil would have summoned a few.
In that you are incorrect. A devil is a fiend of class and caliber. This one seemed more like demons, or beasts.
Quite sure. I can always count on you there, Zackary. Now, I can trust you to hold the fort down while I recompose.
Zackary once again left to his own devices. Okay, he's going
yeah, not only that, Marlo gave him like their authority, basically.
Yeah.
I shall make you proud. By making more friends.
Yeah, probably when this all had happened, I presume the dance, everything would have stopped, so...
Yeah, the dance would have ended.
Malum would have been able to, in that time, and just talk with Journey, help Izumi and Zackary, and gather them all to be like, nope, you both don't get free space. Stay with...
I believe that's where you're wrong. I am informed that I am quite adept at handling this whole, high society business, and I just got flashbang by the fucking map disappearing again.
Yeah, we're still on the old map, because I still need to finish my talk with Journey, so we need to finish their thing.
Yeah, because I was kind of doing, but yeah, we can say that it's still that color.
In other words, Mr. Malum. No. I will do what I want. Now, good day.
Okay, so cutting back to Malum. What you doing?
I mean, this is all the way back when when Maramil walked off.
Yeah, cutting over back to you.
He's like, sorry, Journey, that our dance was so rudely interrupted before.
It's all right. Your associates are interesting, to say the least.
Don't I know it? You see, this is what freedom can give you. You meet a lot of interesting people. Especially on all the travels we're on.
Well, like I said before, I'm not restricted by my duties. I merely wish to uphold myself to the best of my abilities, and make sure people of the city are safe.
May I ask you a question?
Certainly. What is it?
What makes you happy? I hear you all about your job, doing it for other people, keeping them safe, be a good lead role model so that they can all follow. But where's the time for you?
I have time for myself. I enjoy a good book. Sometimes I watch the ships go through the docks.
Have you ever dreamt of something, I don't know, outside the city walls?
I've traveled.
It's no judgment. I'm just curious about you. Or it seems like many people are interested in this perfect version of you. Well, I just want to know you, Journey Soros.
Well, as Journey's about to say something, he sees in the corner of his eye a person getting drunk at the bar, harassing one of the one of the waiters,
Yeah.
a gnome, a halfling who had a little bit too much to drink. No, it's not Quentin.
No, I said he's gonna get punted.
Oh, sorry, Malum. I have to go. I have to
Boy,
take care of.
you go.
Uh,
If you ever are interested in reaching out, or maybe you ever want to travel, maybe you want to come with us, here's my number. No pressure, just think it over and be yourself, who you wish to be.
yes.
Malum has already been. Another journey has already been given Malum's number, and he gets it again, baby.
Yeah, Malum doesn't know you gave his number.
Be right back. I'm sorry. As you see him like spring into action, helping out this unfortunate overworked Heron God waitress who's just.
I mean,
just escort this,
Malum would follow him.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
ma'am, you alright?
Yes, I'm all right.
Anything I can do to help you?
I think I need to take a bit of a break.
Yeah, over here. Go sit down.
Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, Malum, the friggin' Journey got lost with the crowd as he's gone back to his watch duties.
It's fine. The rest, what I want to do, I can do next session. Because I believe Katya wanted to do something and she wasn't feeling so well.
Katya.
Yeah. To end this off, like, so I feel like before like Izumi's even able to like say anything, Sumire will just kind of like say, "I'm sorry, Miss Izumi."
There's a bit of a pause, and Izumi just says, "Thank you."
No, don't thank me.
Head pat.
No. My Phantasmal Force spell didn't work. Twice I've been practicing it and it didn't help any. It didn't help Malum, and then I was out of spell slots, and then I couldn't help you with Phantasmal Force, and I couldn't detect anything, and I had to just go up to someone and I tried to message them and it didn't even work. I don't know how my cantrip failed.
You got me out, did you not?
Well, no, the Honorable Beatrix Stray did.
You contacted her, though, did you not?
I guess I did, but I didn't do anything of my own work. I had to.
Yes, you did.
I had to resort to getting someone else to do things for me like I always do. All I could do was clean.
You're the one who carried favor with him, did you not?
I guess I did. Guess I talked to her a bit.
Well, then thank you.
He kind of just, like, looks to the ground and, like, in order to, like, avoid, like, you know, like, looking at you, what she does is she, like, with, like, unprecedented, like, finesse, she, like, twirls and, like, tips you, in order to like not and like just like looks like up at the ceiling and just kind of like nods and just like
Okay. Izumi just then goes on to just like stare at Samiri because the conversation is over. Before her gaze snaps to Clara, her next target.
Oh yes, I should. I suppose I should help introduce you to Mr. Kenneth. My family works with them quite a bit, actually. Well, my family. I'll get you two acquainted.
Thank you.
Alright. You two walk over to... You walk over to a human woman with white hair and a very simple dress. As
She's so cool. I love her art. Can you like send me her art? She's so cool.
sure. She seems to be looking over what seems to be like a book. Not much concerned with the party, more so in like a journal.
Mr. Kenneth, I am of the Zackary family, kind of like curtsying. Our family works with you to, we provide, homunculi and magic vessels for your projects, and you provide us with, funding. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Mockery, and thank you. And thank you for your family's funding. I don't
Of
think...
course. This is Miss Izumi. Just kind of like kind of pushes you forward. She does not have very much strength, but she tried anyway.
Izumi goes along with it and just looks at Clara and waits for Clara to like say something.
Well, pleasure to make your acquaintance, Miss Izumi. I am Clara Decadence. I currently work as one of the head of archaeology in Arzia. It's a pleasure.
I like hear through a message from Samiri, like they like make robots or something. I don't know.
Okay. After Clara finishes her introduction, Izumi just what's the name of the quest again? Izumi just says the Black Crypt.
Oh, you interested? So you've heard of my expedition that I'm funding?
Yes, I'm interested.
Well, I was looking to hire some adventurers to help map out the dungeon. As an excavation team was working on making a new mine for resources. They seem to have covered what seemed to be the entrance to a long-lost dungeon, and through some sparse records I found, it seemed to be the infamous Black Crypt. And, well, I've been looking to hire some adventurers to, well, help make sure it's clear for our surveyors.
Yes. I'm interested.
Well, are you? Do you happen to? Are you a independent? Are you a independent individual, or do you work with a team?
I have a team.
I feel like she was like instinctively going to say I work alone, but like corrected herself.
Yeah, she had to correct herself.
Well, in about a few days. Well, I'd be willing to. Well, I would be willing to hire your group on for cleaning out the dungeon. It would be and recovering any items of archaeological worth. It would be a total of 600 gold pieces. And any value, any monetary items that you would find that aren't archaeological would be considered a finder's fee.
Wait, what did she say at the end?
Basically,
the mic's getting really bad.
Basically, she'd say, "Hey, if you find like anything that's not like magic items or archaeological stuff, you could just keep any like coinage."
Can I keep the traps?
Ancient wine.
Ancient wine.
Yeah, Izumi would ask if she can keep the traps.
If you can keep the traps.
She nods.
She looks over to this gnome, who kind of shrugs. Well,
Sumiri is going to say, Miss Izumi is a craftsman by trade and enjoys disarming and studying traps for hunting and recreational purposes.
A very eclectic hobby. I don't see why not.
I sparkle.
I sparkle. Okay then, when can we meet to further discuss the details of this expedition?
I'll be in the city for at least 5 more days. You can find me at You can find me at this at a hotel in the administration district, and she hands you a business. She hands you a business card from the hotel.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure making your acquaintance.
As Izumi kind of like leaves and like, Sumire and her like, walk off, Sumire will just say, I think you did quite well, Miss Izumi.
Thank you, Samira. I know I can count on you. You've helped me out twice today. Stairs.
I'll say as the party kind of winds down and guests begin to leave and go, and the guards kind of usher people back to their respective carts.
Damn.
Oh, yes, unfortunately, Journey has to continue back to work.
No, I thought next session let's talk to the Avengers, but damn.
Oh,
my thought was, did we fail our objective? Nobody talked to fucking Silas.
actually, no. Well, actually, yeah. No, you know what? Yeah, we'll continue. We'll continue that.
Izumi
Wait,
will
who?
want to get drunk with Silas.
Silas Blackthorn, our literal target. The point of the reason we came here.
Wait, that's our target?
Yeah.
That's what is Jericho.
I like to imagine Izumi completely fucking forgot.
Yeah, Malum as well. He's like, I'm not comfortable being here. My sister dropped in. What the fuck did I do here again? Oh yeah, I need to talk to people.
We have a new subscriber.
Yo,
this one the public.
Hey.
What's it called? Hello, welcome.
Yeah, I hope you're having a good
You're
time.
subscribe right at the end of the session. What's it
Do
called?
you like traps?
Okay, so we'll continue. We shall continue part 2 of our adventures at the gala in the next session. Will our intrepid daggers get back on task and actually talk and actually talk to their target, or will they?
I mean,
Will they? Well,
we're going for the completionist. You know, we're getting all the allies and then doing the main quest.
Yeah, exactly.
Like proper RPG players.
Will they continue to essentially deal with other guests at the friggin' ball? Find out next time on Keepers Daggers of Darkhold. Also, friggin' A. I love this so much.
Go really quick. I don't know why I had like a vision.
Thank you, Jericho. Like, I love it.
The cool helping guy calls my hair so screw the Okay. That's so cool. I mean, thank you for this. But yeah, I guess just to sign us off, thank you for everybody who watched the stream. Be sure to continue watching the future videos, you know, the ones that don't get copyright striked. And you know, it's fine. And you know, next time we will see you when we see you in the next session of Keepers Daggers of Darkhold. See y'all later, y'all. Bye bye.
Thank you. Till next time. Later.
Also.